Hi, welcome to Awakening Soul Truth. I'm Robbie Short. This is Allison Ledbetter. We're Reiki masters, meditation teachers. I'm a yogi, she's a medium. And today we're talking about changing our definition of abundance.
I think the old definition was how much money you have, how many cars you have, how big is your house, can you do whatever you want whenever you want. The abundance was always physical. It was always in dollar amounts.
Materialism, possession.
Yes. And when I ask for abundance or I really sit with abundance, that is never what happens. When I sit with abundance, I actually feel it as a flow of energy, like without fear, without hesitation, just a pure flow of love.
Usually it's when we're aligning to our highest vibration that we can gain is when I start to feel abundance is kind of aligning with me. You know, it's like when we get into alignment, then we get into alignment with the possibility of being in the flow of abundance.
Yes, because that's where all the possibilities exist. I heard it like, I don't know, when I was 20, that all possibilities exist. Mm-hmm. You know, like all possibility. I was like, wow. And how do you tap into that? And I think it's stepping into your power, stepping into your creative place. And then can maybe the physical money follow that? Of course. But it's not first.
Well, and I think in the old earth paradigm, it was harder for a lot of people to get into that flow of abundance, monetarily speaking. But I'm feeling like as we enter into the new earth, the ones like us who think flow of abundance is love and joy and, you know, this life force energy where we're getting into the flow of the alignment that we're supposed to be in and the purpose and the fulfillment of what that may be. I feel like that's going to naturally come.
Yes.
Whereas before, there was more of a block. It was almost like, stay in the lines, stay in the lane of...
This is your version of abundance. Mm-hmm. In fact, we could go as far as say that was the shadow side of abundance.
Ooh.
We could, we could go as far as say that was a really limited view of abundance and everything was linear and you're going to be indoctrinated into our system first and then you can have our version of abundance, which is... You know, go to school, get straight A's, do all these extracurricular activities, go to a good college, get a good job, and hey, you're going to get this amount of money and you're going to get 2 weeks of vacation per year.
Right.
Fuck that. Sorry.
Oh, God.
That was really graphic. But, and then people who were outside of that system really kind of had to fight for being seen, to have abundance flow, you know, and I mean, talk about unconventional. The two of us have been holding that unconventional space.
Yeah, and it's been hard.
It has been hard, but don't think that we are bashing materialism. We're not in this either or place. We just feel that true abundance is the flow of life force energy through a person. And if we're really moving into New Earth, if we're really moving into fifth dimensional truths, and we're really moving into the space that universal spiritual law, the laws of love, the laws of truth are seen first and upheld, then it would only make sense that abundance becomes the flow of energy. And money follows it. Our flow of energy, wow, we've got flow. Did money always follow us? Oh, hell no, not.
You're right. It did not happen in the Dark Matrix version. But I will say, if you still trusted
the divine,
yes, people and resources would show up exactly when you need it.
Absolutely.
I feel like I could write a book on how this is appeared in my life up to this point.
Yes, the synchronicities.
Yeah.
Just like your car.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
I actually have, for the first time in my life, a cushion in my bank account. for the first time in my adulthood, actually.
Wow. I'm so
Yeah.
happy about that.
And I'm turning 50. But I feel like I've devoted my life work to this.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like because the paradigm shift has occurred, I feel like now, I mean, I'm not overflowing by any means of the imagination. However, you know, like when my car broke down, yes, the money came in, the exact amount of money came in at exactly the same time frame that I needed it. However, what I didn't say was, it was the first time that this has ever happened where I actually already had it kind of in the bank as well.
I love that.
And it feels so good. Finally.
It's so healing. And I think that proves the point that we are evolving and awakening, and people that have put spiritual principles first and really lived in a place of true spirituality are finally being supported.
Yeah. I also feel like as the paradigm shift occurs, if the flow of abundance has always been money and possessions for you, and if that flow isn't happening as much as in previous times, it's okay, because the true abundance is what we're saying. It's love, it's joy, it's other things, not just the material.
Yes. Oh, let's talk about some of that abundance flowing. I mean, whenever I do healing work, I see growth of flowers and vines and trees, and that's a form of an abundance, like a sign of great wealth, like from Mother Earth, right? I always find that spectacular to see such great color and light. Abundance in the past to humanity has looked like ownership, and the biggest ownership I can see has been the ownership of the Christ energy. And I know I always turn this into this place of how do we really see the Christ? How can we waken up to the heart or truth of Christ and not to religion? And I see religion as that way of trying to own Christ. I don't think true love and abundance and flow can be owned. It can only be experienced. I mean, we try to own nature, right? We try to control how the seeds are to make it a prettier product for the grocery store. That is crazy. And we see that as an abundance. I see that as a false abundance. When I'm looking at all the perfectly placed fruits, it's like, okay, where's the other fruit?
Right.
It's like, what just happened here?
Yeah, I don't want my salmon to be dyed pink.
Right.
Which, check the labels, because they do that.
They absolutely do that.
Yeah.
So when you look at the old 3D version of abundance, it's about ownership. If you look at the fifth dimensional or the awakened version of abundance, it is about the flow of life force energy without fear and in total acceptance.
So we don't have to do, go, get. We can just drop back, surrender, and move more into that aspect of being, and just move back into the alignment of who we are, and to be in a line of integrity on how we want to act. And that's a natural way to get into the flow of abundance in this new reality.
Yes, absolutely.
What would you say about the relationship that the pineal gland may have with the flow of abundance? Would you say there's any relationship between the two?
I do. I think when the pineal gland is really open, that it has the mind of the divine. I think it, again, is that creative flow. And I do think we have the power to create. And true source for that is when we're sitting in love and in the divine mind. I guess people knock out the principle that we're evolving spiritually. Like the whole point, like, is to evolve spiritually. And I guess some people would argue. We
That-
just think that the whole point of your life is to awaken to a deeper realization of love, a deeper experience of love, a deeper definition of the divine.
Yeah.
And so,
Not how much you can accumulate.
right, right. So,
Because you know what usually happens when you accumulate and accumulate and accumulate?
it gets heavy.
Then it gets heavy. It gets to be a burden. Then you might get older and you may not have the resources or may not be able to take care of it, or you might lose your mind, and then the kids have to start taking on the burden. It's like you're just passing on the burden. I'm serious. I'm midlife. I'm in midlife age right now, and I see so many people doing this with their parents right now. And if we would all just simplify and continue to simplify instead of accumulate, we wouldn't be passing that burden on to our children.
Right. Well,
That's a whole nother topic.
it is. And I think a lot of the adult children or, younger children are like, yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
But I haven't met one person on the other side that said, oh my God, why aren't you taking care of my stuff?
Right.
And I talked to a lot of dead people and, well, people in a different dimensional space. And they aren't attached to the wealth. It has never, ever been about the wealth.
They're not even attached to their body anymore.
No. So I bring in people's loved ones to help people heal. I don't do it for the circus. We've mentioned that many times. And I literally, the only time they mention anything material is to prove that they know you or exist. But then the conversation immediately goes to, how can you shift in love? How can you shift your perspective? How can we heal our lineage, our ancestral lineage? How can we awaken from pain to love? That's all they care about, because that's all the conversation is about. Just saying.
No, that's great.
Yeah. And if people come in and ask me about abundance, I don't really answer it. I don't predict the future and say, hey, you're going to get a huge house and all this stuff, because I find it insulting to the divine. I can say, hey, if you wake
Do you see those pictures or
No.
gain those insights at all?
No, I see their awakening to love. I see them expanding. Actually, yes. Sorry, I had to look. When I look up, I'm kind of looking into, like, wait, I'm going through. A couple times I see people's partners come in. And again, it's all relationships, though. I see relationships happening.
Okay, so when you're looking up, you're really looking up into
A different space.
a different space, which is an energetic field
Yes.
that stores and holds the information.
Yes.
What a lot of people call the Akashic Records.
Yes. Oh my God, I had the coolest thing with the Akashic Records yesterday.
Okay.
All about the awakening and being your own living version of the Akashic Records. So you yourself have soul experience. And so everyone has access to the Akashic Records. And the way we're healing and shifting into fifth or sixth dimension is because we will all remember divine truth or the Akashic Records. Because there really is a place of higher truth, expression of love. And so, like, it's not going to be arguable anymore. We're not going to be able to debate, is that guy, like, misleading us or whatever? So, yeah, because we're all going to remember this behavior. We'll be able to see it. It won't be negotiated, right? That's part of this awakening.
So it's also being in the flow of wisdom and discernment.
Yes.
So we're saying love and, joy, but it could be peace, it could be discernment, wisdom, knowledge. Like,
Yes.
there's so much to be in the flow of abundance with.
Yes. Absolutely, there is. Well, let's do a meditation on abundance.
Okay. Everyone take a deep breath in and a longer deep breath out. Do that a couple more rounds, breathing in and breathing out slowly and completely. Allowing those exhalations to drop you down and into your body, down and into yourself, down and into your heart. When you drop into the heart space, just consider how the life force energy we're breathing into the lungs mixes in with our circulation so that it's being sent to every cell, fiber, and tissue of our bodies. Look at that energy as being light, maybe an iridescent light. And within this iridescent light, just as it would appear to be varying different shades of color, think about those shades of color being different ways of bringing abundance in. Aligning yourself to this energy, aligning yourself to this light, aligning yourself to this possibility, and aligning yourself to this abundance.
And just affirming, I am allowing pure light and creative energy to flow through me with ease. I am letting go and releasing the old paradigm. I allow pure light and the flow of energy through my being. I am abundant in my connection to the divine. I am abundant in creativity. I am abundant in love and self-acceptance. I